All right. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I have to give all praises, all blessings to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Raha HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the elect, pushing and teaching and spreading this word, the prophecy, okay, concerning uh the Lord's people, the Israelites, which are you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, our guide, our guidance, all right, through these up and coming, trying and tumultuous, terrible times, all right, that we are about to enter, that we are entering. And shalom to you women, to you children who watch and who learn as well. All right. And so this is a video that's piggybacking off of a dream that I had. All right. Now, most of the dreams that I have, all right, uh, they be mostly, on point. Okay, for the most part. Okay. And I don't really have dreams, a lot, that I really, remember. And most of the dreams be, kind of crazy, dreams. All right. But a few weeks ago, all right, and I did a video on the dream. I had a dream, whereas, there was a major event. Okay. There was a major event. And in that event, um, there were no lights, but again, in this video there was a TV playing, all right. People, they weren't driving cars, they were, kind of walking, and to get to where they're going, there was no cars going, and there was a major event had taken place. And I said that, in my mind, the event was either someone knocked out the power grid. Okay. And that's what I was thinking. Someone knocked out the power grid, or either there was an EMP attack. All right. Because I didn't, hear any boom or, anything like that. Okay. And so, like I said, even when I was leaving the house, okay, in this dream, as I was walking out of the door, I saw, and you can go back to the video. All right, I saw East Indians. All right, what could have been East Indians or Arabs? Okay, but I kind of figured that it was a Indian, East Indian, okay, country. Okay, because of, it was the name of they said the name of the country was like uh something, the dash, or a dash. You think of India, you think of Bangladesh, or they got those type of names. And so these people were cheering. All right, they were cheering, they were jumping up. Okay, they look like Saddam Hussein. Okay, with the big mustaches. All right, big mustaches. All right, they didn't have a beard. They kind of looked like more like the East Indians. All right, with a real big mustache. All right. And so I remember I grabbed, as I was leaving out, there were 3 beers in the fridge, and the light was on in the fridge as well. It was crazy. And I believe the light was on. And I grabbed these 3 beers, grabbed my garment, okay, and I left. All right. I grabbed my garment, my Bible, and I grabbed the 3 beers, and that was it. I was out the door. Okay, that's all I took. And so, with that being said, there, since that day, And and I put up curses a lot, man. Okay, early in the morning, late at night. Okay, all times. All right, on this place, man. You know, because this place is, it's just got to go, man. Okay. You know, this place is just, utterly, ridiculous. All right, to say the less, say the least. I mean, right? So, uh, it just has to go, man. If you see the wickedness and the level that our people are into, all right. Well, then all right. If you uh, watch and pay attention to how our people are, then you would definitely know and see, man. All right. But again, it's only getting worse. All right. And so recalling that dream, all right, and the events that are unfolding in the world, okay. Um, you know, um, you kind of look into things, and so you know, me and a brother used to always talk about how things would unfold. All right, me and the elder brother Ayash would always talk about the things, how things would unfold, and where they would unfold at, where we thought felt that they would unfold. And I always felt that things would begin to unfold here in the Midwest. All right, simply because it's the heartland. All right, uh, but um, you know, but things can unfold on the East Coast. All right, which New York is basically, or would basically be, the head of America. Okay, New York would basically be the head of America. All right. And if you look at America, on a global map, this place kind of looks like a dragon, man. It looks like a dragon. Okay. And over on the East Coast, that part, okay, that looks like it could be the head of a dragon. Okay. And so, we always said, we always are familiar with the normal terms. All right. Suitcase, nuke. All right. You get familiar with those things, suitcase nukes, and as a delivery system. Okay. Now, what I mean by delivery system is, and they're saying terrorist nukes. Now, uh, the real terrorists, okay, let me tell you, the real terrorists are not these, are these people. They kind of retaliate and do things. All right. But the real terrorist, who's been, a real terror, okay, unto us Israelites, and we've seen the way that, you know, we've seen the way that they get down. All right, are the Edomites. All right, are Esau. All right, these Edomites. Okay, they are real terrorists. Okay, um, if watch the history. All right, and you know trace the history of Esau and his dealings. Okay, he is ultimately a terrorist. All right, and he is he doesn't even care. Okay, he could terrorize his own people in order to push in an agenda. All right. And so, as we saw with 9/11, okay, as we saw with 9/11, now, if people want to believe that, airplanes, made buildings fall, okay, that weren't even hit by an airplane, okay, there were buildings during 9/11 that went down even before, main buildings which were hit by these airplanes went down, okay? So, you can go back and see it. I saw it as it happened, okay? And I remember, the narrative that they gave. Now, uh, what we saw on TV, I believe, some people say that, they don't believe that it was airplanes that did it, and I believe that it was airplanes that did it, because at that time, growing up, listen, I was big on remote control cars, okay? Uh, things that are remote control. And, that's pretty much all that a drone is. A drone is just something that is remote control, okay? A drone, going back to the real science and technology of a drone, is something that is remotely controlled, all right? And I'll get into I'll find that definition later on, all right, of remote control. But and let me get a scripture, all right. Let me pause, throw a scripture in real quick, and this is Isaiah 14:11, all right. It says, "Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vows." Okay, so America, if you've been watching, America's, in the last, I'll say, uh, 3 years, under this Biden administration, you know, America has, this is one time that America has been viewed as very weak. Its stance has been viewed as weak on a global level. Okay, you got China threatening Taiwan, Russia going into the Ukraine, okay, and other, things. Now you have Israel, okay. Israel has been operating, which is supposed to be an ally of the U.S., and they are operating without even consulting with who's supposed to be their friends, and the U.S. is, still running and backing what they're doing, okay. And so ultimately, the people of the U.S. are highly against Israel. Okay, they're not favorable uh, to supporting, Israel. Okay, most of the people know that the Israelis are committing genocide. All right, and so and so the backing and support from the people of the U.S. for Israel is very, very, very low. Okay, and I remember after 9/11, okay, seeing a video. Okay, there was a video that came out of these Mossad agents. All right, and Mossad is the Israeli uh, form of the FBI, okay, or the CIA, okay. And these guys were, they were there filming what took place, okay. and they were kind of, celebrating what happened. All right. And, they was said that the FBI interviewed these individuals as well, but, you know, nothing much came out of that. And that happened in, this is 2024, and 9/11 took place in I believe 2001. One second, let me see something real quick. Okay, is this phone dead? Salakia. September the 11th, 2001. Clear, sunny, late summer day. Okay. A clear, sunny, late summer day. All right. And so, you know, something, if you've ever had a drink mix, if you've ever had a drink, a cocktail, and, they mix the cocktail, okay, what you're about to get. If you get a Long Island iced tea, now a Long Island iced tea, it gets you pretty good, right? So you get to seeing them, putting certain things into the glass, then you know that you're gonna end up with either, a Long Island iced tea or whatever type of drink. And so that was the case this morning, okay, after watching a few videos, all right, and reading a few articles, something came to mind that you need to look, Spirit put it on me to look into things, because as the scripture says, that you got to look well into your goings, man. All right. And so this came to mind, okay? Now, again, it says terrorists. Now, we know who the terrorists are. The terrorists are the Israelis, okay? Those people are terrorists, okay? And the rest of the Edomites, they are terrorists as well, okay? And so I remember, okay, as a child, I believe watching a commercial or something, and something came on about this containers, okay, shipping containers, the next delivery system, okay? And if you don't know what a shipping container is, well, a shipping container, if you see an 18-wheeler, okay, driving down the expressway, or if you're sitting if you're sitting in the intersection and you see a freight train, okay, because everybody's familiar with freight trains and 18-wheelers. Well, the load on the back, okay, or the thing that they're pulling, okay, on the freight train, those are shipping containers, okay? Now, listen to this. It says terrorists could deliver a nuclear strike in the U.S. using commercial shipping containers. Such an attack would cripple the U.S. economy and would kill thousands. Okay? So, let's see. So the hardest part of the delivery system, it says it is just as difficult to import HEU as it is to import a complete weapon, because the fuel is the heaviest part of the bomb. The fuel is radioactive and could be detected. Furthermore, bomb assembly inside the U.S. has further risk of detection. A terrorist organization that wants to explode a nuclear device on U.S. soil would therefore probably construct the device offshore and then smuggle it in. Okay, HEU is more than 95% U/235, which emits alpha and gamma radiation. Alpha radiation is easily shielded, but gammas are more difficult to shield. Shipping a nuclear device into the U.S. via commercial package delivery system won't work because they are routinely screened for radiation, and bulky packages are subject to greater scrutiny. Bringing the device in by private plane or boat is difficult because these crafts are thoroughly searched as their cargoes. Okay? So they're saying that it's impossible to bring in these container nukes, all right? They're saying that it's impossible, but guess what? Okay, me and my buddy, we have a saying, I cook, all right, chef, and me and one of my buddies, he cooks as well, enjoy good cuisines, food. We have a saying, if you can think about it, okay, if you could think of it, then this devil has already created it. Okay? And if you could think of it, this devil has already created it. Okay? Like you have, things like pork liquor. Okay? You drink liquor that tastes like bacon. Okay? Bacon ice cream. Okay? They infuse bacon into things that it just makes no sense. Okay? And so, that's food, but with anything else, this devil can do anything else. All right? And it's my belief that this devil will, do something, all right, here, and then blame another country or another nation of being responsible for what has happened. All right. And I believe, these Israelis, the Mossad will be the one to do it. Okay. To booster up the support of the American people to come together and to, want to go to war against Iran, because guess what, man? It's inevitable. All right. As I did the other video, troops, okay, will be going, all right, to troops will be going, U.S. troops will be going into this war, okay? But guess what? They won't be returning, okay? Your children, they will go into this war, into this battle, okay? But they will not be returning, okay? So they're saying that it can't happen, okay? Said rogue nations. And what's a rogue nation? A nation that's operating on its own. That's what the Israelis are doing. Okay, they bombed and assassinated. Well, they attacked a sovereign country when they attacked this guy in Tehran. All right, and that's not how you do things. All right, you don't bomb and kill civilians who don't have anything to do, who don't share your views. Who are you, okay, to make put someone else in to something that they don't want to be involved in. And that's what this devil, that's why he has to go. Okay? We have no gripe. There's no gripe about, taking out, people who hurt other people. All right? But there's a way that you do it. Okay? You don't get civilians involved. See, when you cross that line, then, and you say, well, we're going to take the gloves off. Guess what? You didn't consult the U.S. They didn't consult the U.S. And mostly because, the U.S. has this guy, what's his name? Lloyd Austin. Okay. See, these people, they have no respect to you so-called Negroes, man. Even you Negroes in power. Okay. Lloyd Austin, Kamala Harris, her husband is a 1948er. Okay. And I personally believe that she's going to beat Trump. Okay. Now, if I actually made a bet on it. Now, I'm not saying that she is. I'm not saying that this is a prophecy, but I just believe that. All right, that she's going to beat Trump. Okay. I don't. Because to me, Trump works. He pretty much works on his own. Okay. And this is not. This thing is an NWA. I say NWA. Salaki. NWO. A NWO enterprise. All right. To bring this NWO system in. Okay. And to lock down the planet, which these people are. They've already done it once. Okay. So they're they practice it and once and now they pretty much got it together. Okay, Biden doesn't have to be at the helm. Okay, remember all of these people are together. Okay, and she went and picked a senator, okay, or a governor as her vice president from what? From Minnesota. And Minnesota, like Wisconsin, those are women states. Okay? Those are women states. States that, are very favorable to women. Women's rights, if you got a baby mother and, she's from Minnesota or Wisconsin, you're in trouble. Okay? They give a lot of benefits to women in Minnesota and Wisconsin. That's why a lot of Jake goes to Minnesota and they get with them an Edomite, okay? Because, she's going to get all of the benefits, housing, food stamps, all right? Jake, and that's a cold, people call Chicago the Windy City, but it's much colder in Minnesota, And Minnesota was once, pristine, territory, but Esau has went up there with 3M, okay, 3M, and what's the name of the other company? Not Teflon. Oh, I forgot the name of the other company. Believe they make the dishes. They make the what is the name of that? But anyway, 3M. Okay, you know, they were dumping tons of forever chemicals. Okay, into the water. Okay, and so you had a lot of people who ended up dying from cancer, and who will, in later years die from cancer because of exposure to these forever chemicals. Okay, says summary: rogue nations. Okay, again, the Israelis, they're a rogue nation. They are a rogue nation. Could soon provide the material for building nuclear weapons to terrorist organizations. And it's been said that, even though, the this committee that checks for nuclear weapons, they never check Israel. Okay? And it's been rumored that Israel has nuclear weapons. Okay? It says, in turn, these organizations could readily build the weapons and deliver them to U.S. soil via commercial shipping containers. The containers are large enough and common enough for embedded nuclear devices to pass undetected. So this says different from the other one. This says it could pass undetected. The damage would be catastrophic to the U.S. economy, and that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to crash the economy and bring in that 666 replacement. It says, as well as to civilians near the docks where the explosion occurs. Yeah, because they could just shoot it up in the air, okay, and cause an EMP, okay, by one of these docks, which, by these docks, there's a lot of telecommunication, all right, uh, which that would, could travel through the lines, which could, knock out the power, or however it works, okay. I'm not saying I know exactly how it works, but I know that it knocks out power. Okay. So, this is not going to be a long video. This is just, not saying that this is definitely going to happen. But again, all right, in another video, the scriptures say, hey, watch as well as pray. Okay. So, we are watchmen. Okay. And so this just popped up on the radar. Okay, that's all. Just popped up on my radar, and hey, something to look out for. All right. And they don't have to, it doesn't have to be a, this right here. Okay. Because that's what's going to come next. It says the nuclear explosion could kill 50 to 100,000 people, and physically damage and psychological damage would be even greater than the 9/11 attack. And that's what I'm saying. They could do this again, all right? Because what did they do after the 9/11 attacks? They went right into Iran. So with that being said, Lord willing, you were edified. Okay? Till next time, Shalom.